Hello, I'm Ben from Colossal Factory. Welcome to this Quicktext tutorial. Today we're going to go through the best practices of guest text messaging. The first thing we're going to see is that the reason why you send messages to guests, either through SMS, Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Telegram, or what have you, the main goal is to improve the customer experience, meaning that you will send the right message to the right guest at the right time. Okay, the idea is that you want your guests to have a smooth customer journey, and your first objective is to make them have the best experience with you as possible. Okay, because what you build really is a customer relationship. You want to help the guest, and also, of course, to put forward all the things you can leverage at your hotel to really make their stay better. And hotel is a bed, rooms, etc. But it's also a lot of people and a lot of services that no other accommodation type can offer in the market. Okay, so before we go to text message writing, I just would like to remind you of how Quicktext works. Okay, you can send messages one shot to groups of guests. For example, here you can send a message for all the guests that are today in the hotel, or the guests that arrived today. For example, today's arrival are very good for upsell. Today in the hotel is when you have breakfast opportunities or different things that can be useful for customer while they're at your hotel. Anyway, you click on today at the hotel, and you'll see we'll go fetch all the people that are in your PMS and that are at the hotel today. So it includes people that arrive today and people that will leave tomorrow, among others, because basically you see you have several boxes here, and you can select or unselect people according to what you want to do. Alternatively, you can also fully automate messages. So here, for example, you have filters. These filters are in your PMS. Say that you want to send messages on a message only to people that stay more than, you would say, more than 4 days. And you want these people to receive a message, let's say 4 hours after or before check-in, check-out. Of course, usually when you send a message to guests, it's usually after reservation time. Okay, it's just the first item on the list, but here there are scrolling lists that you can well, you can change what the labels that is here. It can be reservation time, check-in, check-out, etc. Then you choose the message you want to send. So either you write the message down or you go from your template list. And once you click on program, it's done. Okay, your message will be sent forever to the guests that stay more than 4 days, 4 hours, or X amount of hours after or before their arrival or their checkout. Okay, so let's go back a little, and let's speak about writing messages. There are actually 2 golden rules. The first one is, if as a customer you wouldn't like to receive the text you're actually writing, don't send it. If the text you're writing doesn't create value for your hotel, don't send it either. Okay? Because what we want to achieve is not invasive communication or worthless communication. It's high value communication that your guest will actually love. And that's our end. Quick warning about this presentation. I'll go through several examples, variations on the same theme most of the times. So you only need to choose 1 or 2 messages that you think are super relevant for your hotel and work from there. You don't want to send too many messages to your guests because Quicktext is absolutely not invasive. It's really something that is here to foster customer experience, nothing else. The money you make by selling additional products, etc., is a consequence, but the main objective is to improve customers' experience. So the first messages you're going to see is pre-arrival messages, and I would like to start with the example of what you need to avoid Okay, we look forward to welcoming you today at hotel blah 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 from 2 p.m. Any question? Contact us at blah blah blah. The idea is that this message is probably cool to receive for a guest. It will reassure him, but it generates very little added value for the hotel. So we need to find in every message added value for the guest and added value for the hotel. So if we're speaking about added value, it's either a sell, it's either getting CRM data, or it's either creating such a nice experience for the guest. It's about improving in a palatable way the guest experience. We'll go back to that in a minute. So first example of a correct message would be, hello from hotel blah blah blah. I put a small smiley here because it's not because I'm a funny person. It's because in neuropsychology, it's proven that when a person recognizes a smiley face, it makes them feel happiness and fosters trust, and that's what you want between a hotel and a customer. So check-in starts at 2 p.m. You send an information. Early arrival, tell us, and we'll store your luggage for free. And we can also prepare you an early check-in for an additional 30 euros per day or 30 euros. The idea here is that the message generates value for the customer. You have valuable information and value for the hotel because potentially you'll sell early check-ins. Second kind of added value you could find is a fast check-in. Okay, so hello from hotel blah blah blah. We look forward to welcoming you today. Skip the line at reception. Get your key faster. Click here for express check-in. Okay, so we focused on the benefit to the guest, which is skipping the line at reception and getting faster to the room. The idea is that it works very very well for big hotels or small hotels with few staff. Okay, so if I click on this link, actually I activated it already. So if I click on this link, it opens. So let's see a mobile format. Okay, it looks like this on a mobile. You can select a few information if you come alone or in a couple or whatever. If the person comes often to the city, yes or no. The segmentation of the stay, is it business, is it leisure, is it a romantic stay? And then you have all the information that you need at check-in, plus maybe the hour of arrival and the means of transportation so that you can send additional information if necessary. Okay, so here what you've done is that basically you've done two things. One, you got the information, and if your PMS is a modern one, the information will be automatically inserted in the PMS. If not, well, you receive an email and you'll insert it manually. But if you have an old PMS, you're used to this kind of thing anyway. So first thing, you get the information and you get it right. Second thing is that when the guest arrives at the hotel, you will see that there is an express check-in, and you'll be able to get the key faster, so you'll save time. But maybe if your objective might not be to save time, it might be just to ask other questions at check-in. Many hotels think they are doing customer relationships when they're actually doing getting the information from the check-in. Getting the customer email address is not a good experience point from a customer's perspective. Okay, so basically what you can achieve is that, one, you save time. Two, maybe the time you saved, you want to invest it in welcoming the guest, speaking to him about other things, or asking other questions that will foster a relationship. Another example would be a late arrival. We'll look forward to see you at the hotel blah 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 today. Would you like us to fix you some dinner? Please advise. So many people travel for business or leisure, but usually when they arrive late at the hotel, well, they're hungry and they don't necessarily want to go through the hassle of finding a restaurant open at the time of arrival. So if you let them know a few hours in advance that no matter at what hours they arrive, they will be able to find good food at your hotel, well, basically what will happen is that you'll sell more food. That's as simple as that. Then you could use it. You could use a text message for upsell. We look forward to seeing you today at blah blah blah. Would you like to be upgraded to a very best suite for X euros per day or X dollars per day, X pounds per day? Please advise. The idea is that the concept of first very best suite is relative because you know your very best suite, but your customer, well, if basically you upgrade him to a better suite. If it's your very very best, well, nobody knows, but basically you have to go for the experience side of things. You don't say, would you like to be upgraded to a bigger room, because bigger doesn't, you see, it doesn't make any it doesn't ring. Also, it's important to put the price every time you offer something, so that it doesn't come as a surprise to the customer. So now let's speak about in-stay communication. There are things you want to avoid, such as happy hour at the hotel bar from 5 to 8, buy one drink, get one free, see you tonight, Bob, chef, barman at hotel, blah, blah, blah. Well, no real added value for the guest. This one is better. Last round of 16th Champions League tonight. Special offer, beer and burger, X euros only. Just at the bar team. This is more contextual. So people know that there will be entertainment and food at a reasonable price. So that's much more appealing. Other example, happy St. Patrick's Day, start the celebration with us with a pint. So okay, start the celebration with us with a pint of Guinness at X euros in the Pavilion Lounge Bar. This is also very contextual, and it's St. Patrick's, and of course Guinness is well, the special beverage of this day. Another F&B example that you can use in stay is express breakfast. Hi from blah blah blah. We've just bought croissants from a local bakery. I'm French, so that's why I use this example. But we've just bought croissants from our local bakery. Would you like an express breakfast? Coffee, croissant, orange juice for €7 or $7. The idea is that a corporate guest likes three things in your breakfast: coffee, croissant, orange juice. Maybe you send this message only to people that have not bought your buffet breakfast. So you send another kind of product to a very precise kind of guest, and the return we have on these text messages are usually very good, because you're doing an offer that is different from what you've sold before. So you're not offering anything cheaper. You're not offering a deal. You're offering a value proposition that makes sense at a special point in time and for guests that have not already booked your breakfast. If you don't want to have an express breakfast, or you don't want to go to the bakery every day, there is no problem. Hi, I'm Ben from blah blah blah. I've just baked the hot croissant and bread and cakes. Would you like to have breakfast with us today? And you just put like the price of your buffet, and that's it. I mean, either you go to the bakery or you bake it yourself. It doesn't matter. The idea is that in each time you insist on the experience points, which is here, for example, well, croissants are delicious and hot, even if they come from your oven and they were actually frozen before. Then you have a last message that I'd like to share with you, which is for guests that stay for a long time. To be, for example, welcome to Barcelona. I'm Ben from Hotel blah blah blah. I hope you'll enjoy your stay with us. Discover the best of Barcelona here. And here you have a link that I also have here. That is a link to a city guide. So just to be clear, I don't make the check-in form or the city guide. Okay, I just show example of what you can do with Quicktext, and for that we use other partners to for the city guide, etc. So here you could have it in any language, but the idea is that in the city guide, which is online, so there is no app to install, you can put your own bar or your own restaurant, and then the places you like, okay, at your around your hotel, okay. So the idea is that you don't want to put, for example, in Paris, the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, etc., because everybody knows about these places. You really want to insist on the places that you see are only you know and your customer gets an insight. You don't want to go for very common stuff. Well, of course, you can put like the things you can't miss, but you also want to find where is a small restaurant that is not too touristy and that people will enjoy. So I think it's all for today. I thank you very much for your time.